pretty level. So I got my string line here from a back wall. Mark me some lines on these trees where I have it level. The first thing I'm gonna do is just go ahead and put a board on these trees right here where my entrance to my deck is gonna be, kind of my door here to the deck part around the building. So I think I'm gonna go ahead, do this board first, kind of start with this first board, and then I need to put some posts and stuff to support the second one. But as you can see, it gets a little lower to the ground there, a little higher up here, and that's how this whole thing's going to be. It looks like this will be like the lowest point, and then everything else should go up because the ground is it's on a hill here. Front should be quite a bit higher than the back, so I'm starting on the back here. Really trying to focus on what I'm doing. I'm just getting started on this. Trying to get my ideas rolling, be creative. This is going to be a very creative build. So now I need a board for this first board that I'm going to start with. That's going to be the start, this first board. I think I'm going to go in this pile of these unperfect ones and find the best one. Looks like I'm going to need a 12-footer, at least about 11 foot. This building's gonna have a very creative shape to it. Yeah. So the plan is to have that decorative tree kind of just in there, just kind of a decorative tree. It's gonna be a 10-foot porch, and then it'll probably go back down to 8 foot in the front. So this wall is gonna kind of be at an angle. Now I need to start marking. I need to measure and start marking my cuts because I am going to mount this beam inside of these trees. It's actually going to be mounted, so it'll be very heavy duty and secure. So now basically what I have to do here, this is 2 inches. So what I want to do is measure 2 inches into the tree from this board. That's kind of why I went ahead and hung it. That way I can just measure 2 inches from the back of the board, mark on the tree where I want to cut out on both sides of the tree, pretty much 2 inches. This one won't quite go 2 inches in because the board is kind of away from the tree. So that'll help me kind of measure exactly how deep I want to cut into the tree to mount this board 2 inches into the tree. And of course I'm gonna cut the bottom. I'm gonna cut the bottom here straight. I'll use a level to make me a level line. Cut a flat spot here where it's gonna mount into the tree. That way I can cut a straight line instead of going curvy with this live edge here. So I'll just notch it out and make a square part also to mount into the tree. Before I mount this board, I'm gonna measure about probably 8 foot up, and then we gotta cut this very sketchy tree down here, because I'm gonna use this tree as a pole, but I gotta cut it, and I do not want this tree over my shop. So I'm gonna have to take out this tree. So I want the edge here about 8 foot on the edge of my porch, and then we're gonna go up. I'm not sure how high the peak of the roof is gonna be, but the shop roof is gonna be pretty high. So that's just stuff I'm gonna work out as I go. We're just winging it, being creative. There's no plans here, we're just winging it. Just like I did the guest cabin, I pretty much just built it as I went, designed it as I built it. That's really how I like to build. I like to just wing it, be creative, just build the foundation, and then just go with it and be creative as I go. That's exactly what I did with the guest cabin. I just built it off the top of my head. I built the foundation, and I just kind of built the roof, raised it up, and just went with it, and was very creative, and it turned out pretty amazing. So that's how this shop's gonna go also. All right, so I marked this board where I was gonna cut it square on the bottoms and where the trees are. And then I noticed when I flipped it over that it's kind of sabotaged down here from being a little too rotten. So I did away with this one. I put it up on this nicer board, and I marked the lines and trimmed it kind of where my trees are. So now I'm gonna hang this one on the trees instead and use this bigger one. So I'm gonna mark those spots, and then we get to notch the trees out. It looks right on. I like it. So now I just gotta mark the tops and the bottoms as accurately as possible. See where I need to notch these trees. And that'll be our first board for the foundation. Gotta make them other 2 cuts. Here we go. Put the string on that one, and they all seem to match up pretty good. Looks pretty nice, all 3 of them. There we go. Pretty much dead on. Let's see this one here. That one might be a tad. That's a little tad bit off. But I think the front board right there, I think that's fine. It don't have to be perfectly level up and down. I did notch the things as close as I could to getting them level in my cut. A little bit tough with a chainsaw, but this is what matters most, that the whole thing is level. Tell me that don't look nice. First board of the build hung. Of course, I'm gonna take this board back down. I'm gonna paint the cut with tar. I'm gonna paint the top of the board with tar. And I gotta cut this tree down. This big old dude right here has gotta come down. So I'm gonna remove the board, move it out of the way, and drop this tree, because I don't want my tree to fall and hit my brand new board. So I gotta take it down, paint the notches with tar, and cut down this big boy right here. We're at about 26, 27 inches. Whew! I'm putting a post in this, a tall post. I'm trying to get pretty deep. 3 foot would be more like it, but I guess 2.5, however far I can get down here. Whew. About 31 or 32 inches, so that's about 2.5 feet. I think that'll do the trick. Not bad with the soil or clay. I don't know. I guess that is kind of clay. One good thing about the clay, though, it ain't really good for planting. As far as I know, I mean, which the woods look nice, so I don't know. But the hole is very dry, so that's really good for the post. Whew, man. Not bad. Ain't perfect. It curves at the top a tad bit, but mostly that is pretty straight. Might have a little bit of a dip here, but that's beautiful. So this is one side, like either the back or the corner side. I think I'm gonna cut it twice and make two flat corners, and then the inside the log will be round. So I think I'm gonna cut one more straight edge, and then this will be our back corner beam where we just dug our hole. Oh yeah, that looks nice. Nice maple. There we go. That is a pretty nice corner beam. So we got two flat sides for the corner, and then on the inside of the cabin we're gonna have this quarter round post, so it'll be kind of decorative inside. What's up, dude? He's enjoying my salt chips, but not bad. Not bad at all. Let's see, we got about 7 and 8. Looks like 8 about all the way down. Some spots are more, like 9, 7, by about almost 7. So it's a pretty nice beam. A couple of thinner, I mean, that's not even, yeah, that's more like a 6 by 9. So a very this will be a very heavy duty beam for our corner. There we go. We got the bottom tarred. I debarked about 3 foot, so the tar will stick up probably about 6 inches out the ground. And then I was thinking I probably should have dragged it over to the hole with the 4-wheeler before I put tar on it, but it'll be all right. That's heavy. That is very heavy. Well, I was hoping I'd be able to pulley it up. I don't know if I can pull it with the 4-wheeler.
What are you doing with the road?
Trying to get this post in the ground.
How did you even get it that high?
All right. On the other cabin, we just kind of lifted the post up and put them in the ground, the 2 front posts. I'm gonna be using a lot more posts in this build, so I was hoping for an easier way. I was really hoping I'd be able to do this by myself. I ain't strong enough to pull it. All right, well, one problem I think is that pulley is super small. It's only like that big, the wheel in it. And this rope is very new and hard. And I don't know, all I can think to try is the truck. Let me see, we'll put this in the hole, maybe try to guide it into the hole here. So we'll put that there. That might help it guide into the hole. So hopefully this is just gonna pull it up and it'll bottom and drop in the hole. We'll see. We're gonna keep doing attempts till we make this happen. Truck doesn't work, then I don't know. I'm gonna probably need some kind of help. Maybe a come along or something. But I mean, if the truck won't work, then I'm guessing a come along won't work either. But the good thing about a come along is I could kind of ratchet it and guide it in at the same time. With the truck, I can't really stand over there while I'm in the truck to guide it. So let's see what happens. All right, that was actually working, dang it. That was actually working. Man, I gotta get it back right where it was. That was actually working good. I should have got out and kind of guided it some. But that was looking perfect there. I thought it was going to go in the hole. I thought it was going. All right, let's try that again. Got us a post. There we go. That wasn't bad. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was a lot easier than lifting it by hand all the way. Well, got us a post. Dang right. That was some work, but we did it. Now we need us a 16-footer. Got us a whole stack of them right here, right by the build. Check the Black Widows. Black Widows love these dang tarps. All right. Water in it. All right, there we go. Which one do we want? When I remove this board to cut this tree right here down, I'm going to, I'll tar in between the tree here. Where I notch it out, I'll tar the tree, tar the back of the board here, in those areas, so that'll prevent rot for a very long time. And once we get our 16-foot board here on the back, then we're going to dig us a hole right in the center, and I think we're going to use this real tall tree right here. That's going to support our peak in the middle here. That's going to be the tallest one in the middle, right in the middle of our wall here. So this is kind of the shop right here. This is the porch and the walk-in. We'll probably have a door in the back. Tell me that ain't straight. That's a nice edge. Oh, with a chainsaw. I put this level block on here. So that's how I kind of, I use this to guide me how level I'm holding my saw. So what I'll do is when I mark my 45, I'll eyeball my 45 with the blade. I'll line it up and then I'll look at the bubble and see where the bubble's at. So as you can see, the bubble, when it's sitting on the board, is kind of all the way up. So the whole time I was cutting, I had that bubble all the way in that block right there the whole time. So that's kind of how I keep it as square as possible. All right, so I trimmed this board to make room for my next one. Added some tar in there to cover that part, just in case I decide not to take this one down again. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be taking these boards down quite a few times during the process of this build. But I went ahead and also trimmed this guy for the next one and put some tar in there. And here we go, our 6-footer. This is gonna be our back wall support, whatever you want to call it, beam. And I also tarred that. I trimmed it to size on both sides, so it should fit right in my notches on both sides here. So I'm just kind of waiting for this tar to dry up a little bit. I did the top edge just in case I don't take this back down. It's already tarred, but I have a feeling that I will be taking it down again, possibly more than once while I'm working on this. But that's what's up. I'm about to hang this thing as soon as it dries up a little bit. It's still a little wet, but it's all right. All right. Let's hope this fits. I guess looks like I might have to trench a little bit of this out or cut it. Dang it. So I got this area right here holding it up. Man, I guess I need to cut it. Be a lot easier to cut this area rather than have to dig. Looks like I gotta go down a couple of inches. Let's cut that white part off. Well, got a little bit of cutting to do. Still not all the way dry. It's been a while too. It's been a couple of hours, I would say. Still not dry. On this build, I'm gonna be using a lot of this roofing tar coating. Any parts that I think are gonna continuously get wet or be real close to the ground or in between joints, I'm planning on coating with this stuff to really prevent rot. So that's tight fit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So we got these huge lag screws here. Planning on using these, and then I'm probably gonna come back once all these are permanent. Then I'll come back with some big old like 4-inch framing nails to really seal the deal. But I'm gonna use these to just kind of put them up so I can take them down if I need to, and that'll hold it for the time being until we get real serious. Very, very nice. Nice. So this is pretty much about how heavy duty this whole foundation is gonna be. That's the plan. I'm wanting this foundation strong enough to support anything I want in here. If I want to pull ATVs in here, just anything I want, whatever tools I want in here, I want this floor to be very strong. So that's why I'm using these big wide boards here. I could cut them in half if I wanted. I could rip them in half and have 2 boards out of each one, but I'm going kind of big. Floor joist inside of the bigger boards, they could be a little smaller if I wanted to. More than likely it's gonna stay pretty dang big though, because I want this real heavy duty. I don't want it shaking when you're walking through. I don't want it flimsy at all. Cabin workshop where I could do anything I want in there, take anything I want in there. And and then these posts that I'm using, these tall posts, they're attached to the bottom and they're gonna be attached to the roof. So that's gonna provide a whole lot of structure for the roof. Like just the posts themselves is pretty much going to support the roof, which we'll talk about that pretty soon when we get there. Right now, I'm just ready to really start working on this foundation. So now that I have the back part of the foundation up, now I can use the back because it's perfectly straight, perfectly level. So now I can work off of that to start working out this way. So I have my 24 footers out here laying down. I'm gonna start bringing them over here, and this part right here at that corner is gonna start with a 24 footer and come all the way out this way. And then we'll probably have another 24 footer starting at that tree and have it coming out this way, 24 foot. Then we're gonna have another 24 footer. It's gonna start here. That's a couple foot out further than the front is gonna be. It's gonna kind of be at an angle. Have a 24 foot beam in the front. So I'm just thinking out loud right now. But this is a great start. I have a lot of trees I gotta remove, get out of here. These 3 trees here are definitely gonna have to go. They're too close. Maybe not right away. Probably that one, because that one's leaning towards the build. So that maple here is gonna have to go for sure. Thinking out loud more. I got quite a bit accomplished. It doesn't look like I got that much accomplished, but that was actually a lot of work just to get them 2 boards up in the back. And I'm very happy with that on the post that I had to stand up. So it was quite a bit of work. I cannot wait to see a 24-footer out here. I'm gonna have to raise more posts. Just gonna have posts all the way around this build, even some inside the build, even more inside the build. All 3 of these trees are gonna be inside, or 4. All 4 of these are gonna be inside, covered by the roof, which are actually gonna support the roof. Thanks for watching. I'm like getting so motivated, so I definitely got more of this project coming soon. I am trying to just focus on this project and work on it as much as I can. There's 24 right there. So a couple more feet. Looks like it's gonna be about 26-ish. Then it's gonna go down to 24 there. So we got this 26-foot wall about to get started. I gotta cut this down. Makes me a little nervous having to cut so high up with a ladder.